What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. We continue the perfect workout series here today, this time an arm workout that you can do at home. You see, a lot of people think that there's no real effective arm workout that's done outside of the gym, but I don't believe that. As a matter of fact, I've just proven it with this workout, as you're going to see. And it's going to be something that either an advanced person or even somebody that's on the beginner side can do, because I'm going to make separate versions and point out the important differences where they occur. In the meantime, I also want to hype up one thing. I'm going to show you something in this workout that is literally worth the price of subscription. I know it's free, but the point is, it's worth you being a subscriber of mine for all this time, because yes, I do stay up at night to think of these things to help you guys out, and now in the current environment, I wanted to make sure I can take all the excuses out of it and make the best home workout you can do for your arms. I think we got that done. A lot to cover here, guys, so let's dive in right now with our first exercise. So we start off this perfect arm workout with our bicep work, and what we do is we take a backpack. This is going to come in so handy, but this is not the big tip yet. We'll get to that. But you take the backpack and you load it up with whatever you can, here, some books, to create some weight. And we put it on our back, because what I want you to do is start with the king of all bicep exercises, and no, I'm not talking about the barbell curl. You guys know I love the chin-up. And the chin-up is just a great exercise for building your biceps. The underhand supinated grip is going to help to target them really well, and we're adding the overload of our own body. But yes, we can add more, and a lot of us need that. So what I want you to do is add enough weight that gets you in that 6 to 8 rep range before you reach failure. Again, that could be not that much weight for a lot of you guys, because the chin-up itself could be challenging. But if you have the need for more weight, you can easily pack it in the backpack, and it acts like a weighted vest. So you do 3 to 4 sets here of this exercise. And now we do the bicep chin-up. So what we do is we drop the weight for this, and we change the way that we perform the chin-up. You see, the bicep chin-up is done to actually almost recreate a curl of your body to the bar. Instead of curling a bar up towards you, you curl your body up towards the bar. So it requires opening the angle, as you see here, allowing the elbows to come out and spread that angle out wider, and then narrow it down as I come up. Again, literally trying to curl my body towards the bar. And you can see the peak contraction here that we get on the biceps. So what we do here is we do 2 to 3 sets of this to failure. We don't have a prescribed rep range on this because I don't know how many you can do. But what I want to ensure that you do is train hard, so by taking it to failure, we can make sure we get that done. We move on to the third exercise here in the workout, and this is the waiter curl. Now you guys saw Jesse do this in a single video. He did this for 30 days, and it is a great exercise. And what it's doing is it's allowing you to actually get peak contraction on the biceps and minimize the contribution of the forearms to the curl. A lot of people tend to dominate the curl by allowing their wrist to curl too much, and they let the forearms do too much of the work. But with the backpack, you utilize the straps to just keep your hands rested underneath it, and the goal is to keep your hands parallel to the ceiling all the way up throughout the entire curl. So as I get to the top, you can see that my forearms are actually taken out of it by having the wrist bent backwards. The peak contraction that you're going to feel on this is amazing, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're not just getting elbow flexion and supination, but you're getting a little bit of that shoulder flexion as well. So we do this for 2 to 3 sets, again, focusing on really hard contractions at the top. And we move on to our final exercise here in the bicep portion of the perfect home arm workout, and that is with the lip buster curl. So now the big tip comes out. You see, if you take this backpack and you take out one other implement that I've showed you is so helpful when you're training in the home environment, and it's a dog leash. And like I said back then, I don't care if you don't have a dog, you can get a couple leashes. But when you have them, you simply do what I'm doing here. You wrap one around this strap, and you wrap one around this strap. And what you do is you take those straps and you put them up and over your pull-up bar at home. Now you've literally created a cable machine. Like, you can do cable exercises here. And don't worry, we're going to cover a whole lot of them over the course of the different workouts we do at home here in future videos. But for now, to target those biceps, we can do the lip buster curl. You see, we have the opportunity now to get our arms up into that shoulder flexion and then create that peak contraction with the elbow flexion and the supination. And we can get that bicep into a really tight contraction. And we burn them out here. The rep range is higher, 12 to 15, even a little higher, up to 20. And as soon as we're done with this, we actually stop right there, jump up to the bar, and do one last negative hang. We isometrically try to hold as long as we possibly can. We fight it, we fight it, we fight it, and we know that the last thing we got to hit is that one negative eccentric contraction. Try to elongate that contraction until we can't hold that anymore, and that's our failure. And we just do that 2 to 3 times to finish out that portion of the workout. Now for the beginners out there doing this workout, there's only 2 of the exercises I just showed you that might require some modification. And those are the chin-ups and the bicep chin-ups. So what you can do is a chin up from the floor, which is going to be a lot easier but still challenging. And then we have the chin curl that we could substitute for the bicep chin up. Both of these will allow you to do the same thing, train in the same parameters, but just substitute those two exercises out and you're good to go. Now we move on to the tricep portion of the workout, and we start once again with our bigger, heavier compound exercise. And this is the dip, the upright dip. And I have the opportunity once again to weight this with the same backpack, put on my back in the same way to do the dip with just a couple chairs. Again, I showed you another way to do this by utilizing a corner in your kitchen, and this works so well. But if you don't have that, if you just have straight countertops, the back of 2 chairs will work just fine. Bend your knees, outward pressure on your hands, push down and out on the chair so they don't go anywhere, and you can do your dips just like this. And I mentioned upright because the more upright you stay, the more you shift the focus away from the chest and more to the triceps, which is the goal of the exercise. And again, if you can't do the weighted version here, you can either just take the weight off and do them the same way, or you can just put your feet down here as more of a beginner to take off some of that weight and do the exercise in very much the same way. Here we're going for those 3 to 4 sets to failure in that 6 to 8 rep range by applying as much weight as we can to cause you to fail in that range. We move on to the second exercise. In this case, we now have those straps again coming in real handy. This might be one of the best exercises that you ever try utilizing this setup. It's the tricep pushdown. We know that there's a benefit to this exercise, and that's why everybody does it in the gym, but it doesn't mean you can't do it at home. And bands don't recreate this. They change the strength curve that you feel when you do the exercise. We can replicate the strength curve that we would on a cable machine by simply doing it this way. Wrap them, hang them up over the bar, and now you're ready to go. 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 12 rep range with the goal being failure. The next exercise, third up here, we turn around. We now utilize the straps in a different way. It's the tricep push-away. The tricep push-away gives us a unique advantage to be able to get a great stretch on the long head of the tricep. Remember, the tricep has 3 heads. Only the long head crosses the shoulder, attaches to the scapula, and benefits from this overhead stretch position to get a stronger contraction. And we can do that. And you can see that all I have to do is let the elbows drift high on the way up. Every time they drift up, I'm getting more of a stretch on that tricep long head that allows for that better contraction. I do these, again, for 2 to 3 sets in that 10 to 12 rep range, load up the weight as needed to create failure in that range. And then finally, we move on to our last combination here. We sort of call it the tricep trio. There's 3 variations of a push-up. We start hard, we move to the more intermediate, and we go to the easiest of them. And you're doing all of them. You take them all to failure in a burnout fashion, sort of a drop set fashion. The first one up is the pancake push-up. And here is where the beginners and the advanced get split up. The advanced people are going to stay on their toes throughout the duration of this trio. The beginners are going to be able to drop down. But it looks like this. You actually have your elbows tucked underneath you and your forearms flat against the ground. And you push straight down through your forearms and your hands to come up to the top. You try to lower yourself back down all the way as close as you can to the ground, and you push back up again. It's like an isolated tricep pushdown, but this time done with your own body weight. And as soon as we get done with that, we change the hand position, as you can see. And this is approaching more of a planche setup. Not fully, but more so. And you can see that we get a nice tight contraction because what it does is when we open the arms up, we actually get them more adducted into the side and more into extension. So when we come up to the top of this exercise, you can see that real tight tricep contraction. And we do this till failure. And then from there, we're not done. We make one more change of position in our hands, and it goes into the diamond position here where we rep out. This is the easiest version, but now after doing those other 2 steps, it becomes pretty difficult. So you rep out all the way till the end, you go burnout here 2 to 3 times, you take the whole thing to failure, and that's your workout. And with that, guys, we wrap up the perfect home workout. And remember, as I always do here for you, I'm laying out the workouts step by step so you can take those screenshots whether you're at the beginner level or the advanced level. And most of all, you can try them. Guys, I promise you there's no sacrificing results just because you don't have the gym to train in. If you know what you're doing, you can get a great workout in at home, really anywhere. If you're looking for a complete workout program that you can do at home with no equipment at all, it's called our ATHLEAN-X program. We don't just include all the workouts step by step and progressively, but we also give you a meal plan you can follow to make sure you get the results on that side of it. In the meantime, guys, if you found the video helpful, leave your comments and thumbs up below. What else can I do? I've been literally up working tirelessly to make sure that I can help to get us all through the situation that we find ourselves in. I will not stop until I make sure everything you guys are needing, I've got covered. In the meantime, if you haven't already, click subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss one of those videos when I do put it out here for you. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.